This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, saving your day from boredom with the best podcasting entertainment.
What's up, everybody? Ricky Widmer here, along with fellow man-child Johnny Karlic.
Grass tastes bad.
And we are back for the Rick and Johnny podcast here on Most Valuable Podcasts. If you're on YouTube, hello. It is great to see your wonderful faces again today. If you're on Blog Talk Radio, iTunes, or Stitcher, thank you guys for giving us the listen today. But Johnny, jam-packed show.
Yes.
Before we get into that, though, gotta go over the housekeeping. First off, patreon.com/Most Valuable Podcast. This is your way to help support the channel more so than liking, subscribing, following us on Twitter, watching our videos. This is a way to help support us more so than that. $10 gets you on the podcast. You can be on a Rick and Johnny podcast with both Johnny and I. That link down below in the description. Then also go on to iTunes. Give us that 5-star rating that we ask for so graciously. We'd be very appreciative if you could go and give us that 5-star rating. Rick and Johnny, the Onside Kick, the Fast Break, and the Primetime Podcast. I almost said the Primetime Johncast. That wouldn't be right.
That'd be great.
The Primetime Podcast. But Johnny, jam-packed show today. We're talking about Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yes.
And his rumored maybe becoming the next Batman. We also have a crisis when it comes to loot boxes. Can we fix it in about 20 minutes? Maybe not, but we'll try.
Maybe not.
And then we're going to look at the latest competitor to get into the 21st Century Fox bid-off.
Yep.
Hint, it's Sony. Let's get into Jake Gyllenhaal first, though.
Pretty obvious hint.
Yeah, it's a hint. It's a hint. I didn't want to tease you guys. You guys will see it later. But
Ricky's going to give a handout.
yeah, I'm going to hand it out to you. But, Johnny, there are rumors. I'm going to set the page for you. Justice League just came out this week. But before Justice League came out, there have been reports that Ben Affleck is uncertain about his future playing Batman. He's contemplating starring in The Batman, which will be the solo Batman film directed by Matt Reeves. Then earlier this week, it was reported by John Campea that he broke that, hey, Reeves has a guy that here's who he wants to play Batman if Ben Affleck steps away. Now he's reporting that guy is Jake Gyllenhaal.
Okay.
What do you think? Will we get Jake Gyllenhaal replacing Ben Affleck as Batman?
I could see it if Ben Affleck decides he wants to stop, but the one thing was, how do you go about doing that? And I know your heart would probably be set on Batman Beyond. Am I right?
You could do that.
Yes.
You could very easily do that.
Yes. My thing I would go with was, correct me if I'm wrong, there's a version of it where Nightwing takes up the mantle because Batman is gone or something happens. I don't know the entire story. But does Nightwing not step up and become the Batman for a while?
Yes, but I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that way?
I wouldn't do that. First off, because we haven't even introduced Nightwing into the universe.
That's true.
Here's what I would do. And this is something we did not talk about. The reason why we're talking about this in the Rick and Johnny podcast, we didn't touch Batman a whole lot in our Justice League review. Check it out right there above Johnny's head. But the thing is, how I would do it is what it seems like with DC, what they're doing is they're not doing what Marvel would do, where it's like, hey, here's our next bajillion movies. Expect to see them here.
Yeah.
DC's kind of going now with a more, let's see how this one does, then we'll move forward. They even started writing Justice League Part 2.
Oh, I know.
Because they wanted to see how well Justice League Part 1 does this week, or Justice League. It's not even Part 1 anymore. Right now, all we've got is they're writing or developing Wonder Woman 2 and Shazam.
Yeah.
It's the only two right now. Suicide Squad 2 is in, so 3. We got Suicide Squad 2, Wonder Woman 2, Shazam.
Yeah.
I expect DC to keep this up, where it's basically going to be, we've got plans. We're not going to announce anything, though. You don't know when you're going to get stuff. You'll get it when you get it. What I would do, if Ben Affleck wants to step away, and that's really the only reason how Jake Gyllenhaal even becomes Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I don't see them coming in and saying, hey, Ben, you're gone. How I would do it is Flashpoint. Basically, what I would do is, because Flashpoint would be your easy out.
That's true.
What you would be able to do then is have the story of Flashpoint, but then it's like, okay, after Flashpoint, this is Batman. Well, but to everyone else, to us, the viewer, it is different. Like, wow, Batman looks different. But because of what the greater thing of the event Flashpoint did, in this universe now, that's just what Batman looks like, and no one questions it because to them, it's always been that way.
Well, let me put it this way, though. I'm not saying like, I'm saying Flashpoint's a great out, and that's probably like their number one choice. Let's say Ben decides, you know, like I don't know what his contract is. I don't know how many movies he has to do. Like for example, we had
like
you and
Chris Evans is up at the end of Avengers 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You and I don't know what Affleck's contract is.
We weren't in the. They didn't call us to help negotiate.
Exactly.
Why would they? I'd be terrible at it.
Yeah, you only have to do one movie, and we're gonna pay you for 5.
Yeah.
No.
That's what I would hope to get them, but I'd probably get them the opposite. You got to do 5 movies, but we'll pay you like you're doing 1.
Oh, I thought we were working on the side of the DC, not
no, we'd be working on Ben's side. Ben didn't call us. Yeah,
okay.
Ben didn't call us in the
for good reason.
Yeah, for good reason. But go ahead.
Anyways, what I'm saying is like, what if like storyline before, if like his contract is up before Flashpoint comes around. Mm-hmm. Well, what do? You either just take Batman out of the films, or that's why I brought up the well, yeah, I know we don't have Nightwing, but anyone who knows DC knows Nightwing's in the universe. So you either you have to go a Batman Beyond route, which I can see happening, but I'd prefer just keeping the cowl as opposed to the suit, the other type of suit, and say, well, Nightwing stepped up into the role.
And I mean, I'm trying to look right now to see if there's anything been reported on his contract in recent past. The only one I see is from moviepilot.com that they say Ben Affleck reportedly signs up for DCEU's Batman trilogy and a future Batman adaptation. However, this being from August, I think that has changed, and that's why I think that we're getting closer to. I don't think it's if Affleck left the role. I don't think it's because he doesn't want to play the role. I think it's because DC right now came in with when he came on. Yeah, beginning of BVS time, they had a for sure plan, but now because of how bad BVS is done. With how bad Suicide Squad 1 was. Yeah. With how bad most of their movies are doing, DC is obviously reacting in the, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to fix it. Don't worry. Here's Jeff Johns. Jeff Johns. You like Jeff Johns, right? We're going to fix it. We rag about something else. No. That was a mistake. We're going to do this now. They're in the mode of, shit, we've got to fix this. Yeah. And it's changing the landscape so much to where the way I see Ben Affleck leaving is if he's sitting there going, hey, I like this character. I like playing this character, but this isn't what I signed up for. Yeah. I'm gone. That's how I see it going down if Ben Affleck does leave.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying, though. But I'm just like, I get, that's if he leaves. This is it all depends on when he leaves then. Like, if we can make it to Flashpoint and then he leaves, perfect out. But what would you do if we don't make it to Flashpoint? How would you do it?
I would say I would still use Flashpoint, but not have a scene with Batman in it. Which basically, if the Batman will come out after Flashpoint, because right now there's nothing saying that the Batman is going to come out before Flashpoint.
But I'm just saying, if it does come out before Flashpoint. Just take Flashpoint off the table. Let's say Flashpoint's not the option. Because Flashpoint comes after Ben Affleck leaves. But there's still a Batman movie in the middle there.
I still think you could use Flashpoint even if the Batman comes beforehand. Because I don't even need to show Batman. Well, Bruce's Batman, not Thomas's Batman. You need Thomas's Batman.
You do need Thomas's
Jeffrey
Batman.
Dean Morgan. I'm campaigning for it.
Same.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan for Thomas Wayne Batman. But
JDM.
what I think you can go with is just the understanding that if the Batman happens first, then Flashpoint, and let's say, hopefully, even if Batman's in other things before Flashpoint, you can then go off of the kind of assumptions, because the only ones that need to real know about it is us, is, hey, Flashpoint changed a lot. Now Batman looks like this. To the universe, no one notices because of Flashpoint, the effects of that crisis changing everything. But for us, the viewer, hey, Batman looks different.
Okay, so you're still going to like somehow tie in Flashpoint if they decide to switch up the actor?
That's the only way I could do it, unless you go with, because DC's known for their Earth 52s, Earth 42s, Earth -1. It's very Rick and Morty-esque with their different Earths, unless you try to play in something where something happened to our Batman off screen and now this is really the Batman. I don't see them going with that. That complicates things.
It does.
But that's what DC has done in the past when someone has died. Hey, something happened to my Earth. Now I'm here. Hey, your Batman died. I guess I could be your Batman. Kind of a thing. I don't see, like I said, don't see them doing that. That complicates everything.
Yeah, it makes it worse than extended better.
But that's another way I think they can do it. Or they just do the simple thought of, I don't care what you think, this is now Batman. If the it's kind of like one of those things when they say, like, don't bring attention to it. If you don't bring attention to it, they won't bring attention to it. That's what I think they do here. Just, hey, actors, play it off like this is now Batman. And then everyone will be like, okay, cool, that's Batman.
Okay.
No one will make a huge fuss about it.
Yeah, that's true, too. I mean, if you don't bring a ton of attention to it.
Because really the audience is the only one that it would spook. It's not like Diana's going to go, hey, Batman, why do you look a little different? No, they'll just play it off like, okay, this is Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's what I want to ask you more so. Jake Gyllenhaal. Do you think he'd be a good Batman? Do you think he fits the role of Batman?
Honestly, I haven't seen any of his new movies. Mm-hmm. I've seen... See, last time I watched him in a movie...
Mine was Jarhead.
Prince of Persia. And...
Oh, no, pardon me. Prince of Persia. I do remember. That's backlogged back here because it wasn't that great of a movie.
It wasn't that great of a movie. I saw him in Prince of Persia, and before that, last time I saw him was in Bubble Boy. Before that was October Sky.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, those are a long time ago. I mean, I think he has potential for the acting chops. But do I know about recently?
I just Facebooked you something. I Facebooked you an article.
Okay.
Here's an article of, this is from Screen Rant, and I'll leave this down below in the description for you guys watching. The Twitter account, we used the Instagram account, Boss Logic, before talking about the concept of what I believe it was Gonzalez would look like as Catwoman. Here's a picture of what he would look like as Batman.
Interesting.
Kind of going more towards here's the thing though with Jake Gyllenhaal. Ben Affleck could fit a grizzled Batman because Ben Affleck is older. Yeah. I don't see when I see Jake Gyllenhaal, I don't think old, rugged, and kind of a guy who's been through it. I know he's only 36. So could he play a Batman where it seems like to me, the Batman that they've gone to, more grizzled, end of the line, Affleck has 10 years on Jake Gyllenhaal. I know we've got CGI and prosthetics to make him look older, but could you fool me on a grizzled Batman with Jake Gyllenhaal as the role?
I don't know.
think so.
I don't think so. I think what you'd have to do is, like you said, flashpoint it, and then you can make the excuse, well, it messed with when Martha and Thomas had Bruce. Bruce is now younger. He started Batman. That means Batman started a little bit later. That's probably a way around it, just because, I get it, there's CGI and stuff like that. Maybe he can pull off the grizzled acting. I haven't seen him do it, though, so I don't know. I
mean, the only thing that he's been in that I believe was kind of that the closest to grizzled role was Southpaw, which that was a 2015 movie. I know, Johnny, you didn't see it.
No, I didn't.
I'll read you the IMDb catchphrase. It's a champion boxer fights to get his daughter back from Child Protective Services, as well as revive his professional career after a fatal incident sends him on a rampant path of destruction.
Yeah, I remember.
Closest thing I've seen him to grizzled, but that was more because of like, oh, the character had an incident in his life that sent him to destruction. He's trying to fight back to relive the glory days. Closest I've seen to maybe a grizzled Batman.
Yeah, I would say that if he can maybe pull that one back out, that'd be the closest he can do. Because I do remember the previews for it. I remember some little things here and there online about it. I didn't see the actual movie though.
Yeah.
So I mean, if he can pull some of that out, that might work. But you're not going to get this. It's not going to be old grizzled Batman like we're getting with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
It's going to be younger, but I've already been through some shit. Batman.
Yeah, and that's honestly like, in some people might be like, guys, you're kind of harping on the grizzled aspect too much. I'm not expecting a Jake Gyllenhaal to come in and be the grizzled Batman. I want him to be old grizzled Batman. Yes, that gets us maybe closer to Batman Beyond, but more so
That's what
on
Ricky
that.
really wants.
I mean, I just think that you look at the Batman, and I'm looking at another article right now that apparently there's a rumor that it's not a prequel or a reboot, to where it's going to be within the universe, and it's not going to be necessarily rebooting Batman. It's not going to be a prequel to what we have now. I'm fine with that. Just a Batman Flashpoint resets everything. We have Jake Gyllenhaal. If Ben Affleck leaves, I got to say that again, and then just have it to where it's Batman. He's been doing it for a while, but he hasn't been doing it for as long as we were used to with Ben Affleck.
Yeah. That I would say would have to probably be the best way to go about it.
Because the Batman they've been kind of, and with the suit and everything that they've been going off of, is Grant Morrison's The Dark Knight Returns.
Okay.
That Batman is what they've been using for BVS. For the Batman that we have now, we just use a different Batman. We use a different one. Flashpoint resets it, and boom, now he is in here with the Justice League that we have right now.
Yeah.
And that could be everything. The only thing that I'm going to ask you this.
Okay.
Does that then mess up the tie to BVS? Remember the Bruce, she's the key. Oh, damn it, I'm too late. She's the key. And the Flash is talking to Bruce.
Yeah.
Did that get all tied up in Justice League? Ooh, spoiler. Without spoiling much, yes or no? And I'm sorry if you go see the movie. Go see the movie. Hit me up on Twitter. I didn't realize I could be spoiling something for someone who hasn't seen Justice League. Was that whole storyline tied up with Lois Lane in Justice League? So where that wouldn't play effect if we got a new Batman.
I mean, there might still be a way around it.
Because that would be a Flash after Flashpoint coming back to...
Ooh, that might put...
So he's traveling in time. I mean, maybe it doesn't matter what Batman looks like. He knows that he's going back to the other Batman.
Yeah. That could be something...
But I just thought of that. Does that play into it? This is me overthinking it, by the way.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
It
me
might play
overthinking it.
Might be play into it, but there may be a way around it, because that could more so from BVS be like, hey, Flash figured out he can travel through time. Let me go warn Bruce about this.
Yeah,
but
so that it doesn't happen.
This is the Bruce from this timeline, blah, 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 etc.
And we don't even know if that is even going to stay the same with what they're changing already.
Yeah, but this
with
is all
Superman
dependent
and
on
everything.
Now, this is all dependent on if Affleck decides not to be Batman.
Yeah, that too. But this is where I want you guys to come in. Let us know what you guys think down below. What do you think about Batman as a character? What needs to happen? Do you want to see Ben Affleck leave? Do you want to see him stay on the role? And also, do you think Jake Gyllenhaal would make a good Batman? Let us know down below in the comment section. Almost said description, in the comment section.
I mean, they could try. I don't think it's going to work.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't work. But let us know in those comments.